So you may have heard about the vagal nerve and about how important it is for us to be able to activate it. So I'm just going to give a brief description of how I understand about the vagal nerve. So think of, we have our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight and flight and freeze, and the other side is our rest and repair, which is our parasympathetic nervous system. Then what's been discovered in about 30 years ago was the vagus nerve, which sort of is think of it as in the middle. So if it's dial, we can go from stress state to rest. So, but they're kind of like opposite ends of the spectrum. So this is your run away from a tiger, and then this end is the right, danger's gone, and now we can just rest and eat and sleep and repair. Well, that other one, that nerve in the middle, the vagal nerve, is our socially engaged state. So think of it like if you were playing tennis, competitive tennis, and you lost the game, you wouldn't die. Whereas if you lost the game of running away from the tiger, you would die. So it's more beneficial for us to train ourselves to get into that vagal state, so that we get socially engaged state, so that we can function on a daily basis without being in pure stress response. Because often that's how we're living. Emails, someone not happy with us, crazy neighbour that we're having to have conflict with, relationships, work, family, lots of things in our lives that they bring up this response, which is the response of us being in danger and having to run away from the tiger or hide or freeze and pretend we're dead. So perhaps even just for a moment, thinking about how you feel on a daily basis. Do you wake up with that knot in your stomach? Do you have those butterflies a lot? Do you have that feeling of you can't eat breakfast, or you can't eat anything for the whole day, but you can have coffee because the coffee it matches how you feel. It matches that stress state. And then to top it off, can you not sleep because you're also running on adrenaline and cortisol, feeling like I can't switch my mind off, even though my body feels like it's ready to go to sleep and I feel exhausted, but I can't switch off. That can be that you're still in that sympathetic state, which is you're being stressed. We know what it is and kind of why it gets stimulated all the time to be down that end of the scale, and maybe you get too exhausted. How do we get you into that socially engaged state where you can be alert and you can be engaged, but you're not getting too stressed? So there's some really simple things you can do. I'm going to run through really quickly. You can pull your earlobes down and out and just repeat that process. That's stimulating the vagal nerve, which is down here. You can rub down the sides of your neck. You can do little circles in your ears, other way. Anything that's connected to this part, which is going to stimulate that area. You can hum, sing, dance, splash cold water on your face. There are so many things you can do. In fact, if you'd like a list of things you can do, then just put a yes in the comments and I'll send you my sheet on lots of different ways that you can stimulate your vagal nerve easily and with no cost. So I'm also going to put a link to a video I've done on how to do a vagal nerve reset, which is involving this position, which you can do in bed or just sitting or standing. There's some sort of test that you can do to see if your vagal nerve is working. You do the test first, then you do a vagal exercise, and then you test it again to see how much it improves. Looking in the mirror and seeing that bit dangling down, if that bit that dangles down isn't in the center, if it's off to one side, it's not working properly. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is something that stimulates your vagal nerve to help you be in that socially engaged state is this mature hops extract bitters that I've been taking for nearly 3 months now. That is doing its work to help activate, because these bitters are an activator in the body and they help processes to work. So they help to activate the vagus nerve. So that helps with digestion, it helps with feeling less stressed. How the vagus nerve helps us to be healthier and to operate more effectively is that it is connecting our brain to our gut. So if we are in a stress response, the vagal nerve doesn't activate. So it switches off and really impairs that digestive process. doing all of these little things to help can help your digestion.